more qualified leads. See, the problem for most business owners, what kills them, write these down, marketing and time management. They let people into your space that don't belong in your space, yes or no?
Right.
You allow negative, energy-sucking vampires that can never afford to work with you to suck the life out of you. And that's got to change today. So what we teach you guys how to do is generate super high qualified leads, convert your programs a whole lot better, because I'm never going to tell you what business to do. I'll just help you do it better. Does that make sense? So let's kind of start with this. How many guys are open to some really cool, fresh ideas? How many guys would do these things if they were free or next to free over the next 72 hours, if you knew it could impact your business dramatically? Yes or no? Okay, cool. So number one thing is that whatever business you're in, be the expert. Don't be the guy that cuts the grass, I can fix your boat, I'll paint your house, and I'm also a LASIK surgeon. Does that make sense? Be the LASIK surgeon. Pick the specialty. Generalists get paid, specialists get wealthy. Whatever niche you're in, get to the top 10. The top 10 in every niche will outperform the other 90% when it comes to income. Whatever your niche is, get to the top 10. I coach a guy named Mark Victor Hansen. He wrote a book called Chicken Soup for the Soul. He said, I don't care what industry you're in, get to the top 10. All the money's in the top 10. But to do that, the market has to perceive you as the go-to person. So on the expert side, the first thing you have to do is create something called an influencer site. Write down influencer site. There's a free platform, it's called Mingle. What's it called? MINGL.no, mingle.no. You can launch your influencer site today for free. It costs absolutely nothing. The other one I like is called Hi Hello. Write down Hi Hello. It's another app in the App Store. This is an easy way that people can then find you, hit the QR code, get all your details. They can see all of your documents. They get links to your time management system, whether you use youcanbook.me, which is free, or Calendly, I don't care. Have a way that people can book time with you. If they don't book time with you, they don't get time with you.
Yeah.
See, the minute you start to realize your time has value, so will other people. This also gives you free global text messaging. It lets you build certain groups. It has links to all your offers. And the entire program is how much? Free. Is it okay, yes or no?
Yes.
Once you launch the influencer site, go to GoDaddy, whatever it is, buy your .com, point it right to it. Usually it's your name, .net or .com. People want to buy from you before they buy from your brand, believe it or not. I mean, if you're Nike, if you're PMG, for all these big companies, that's one thing. But if not, they're going to buy from you first. So the minute you get this set up, don't direct traffic to your website, direct traffic to your influencer site. Is that clear? Put the QR codes out there, put the opt-in codes. Now, as soon as you do this, here's what's next. I want you to go to this website called Canva tonight. You're all going to get a book cover done. You're like, Bill, but I don't want to be an author. I don't really care. Go to Canva, get a book cover done. It's free, it costs nothing. As soon as the book cover is done, I want you to go to Facebook. Launch a community for free. Set up a Facebook community. Don't name it the name of your company, name it the industry that you're in. Put a copy of your new book cover that's in there that you just produced today on Canva for free. Community cost is free also. Say, my new book is coming out, write this down, Q2 of 2025. I don't care if your book ever comes out. But the fact you have a book cover opens up all the doors. It opens up media. I'm telling you, if you got a book cover or a book coming out, media likes you. No book, no nothing, media doesn't like you as much. Because they think you're trying to sell something. They don't mind promoting books. I was on Fox 9 times in one day with Jeff Latz a couple weeks ago, put me on, right? They said, sure, you can give away a book. I said, perfect. I would just give away the book cover. So the link to the book. You can say it's an advanced copy, that's fine too. The minute you do this, you want to set up what's called a business page on Facebook as an author. Write this down, business page as an author. Put a picture of your new book in there. Fast way to get a blue check on Facebook is as an author, without having to pay for it. The minute the business page is up and the content site is up, no sales on either page. Don't try to sell in your community. Just content, content, content. One of my students, she launched a group just a year ago called Need a Guest. She now has 25,000 members in her Facebook community. All because of a simple idea called Need a Guest. She's in the media business to write their books, but she used the community what? To fish well. So community first, content, content, content. The minute you've done this, I want you to go to this other website, write it down. You're all going to launch a podcast. What's it called? A podcast. How many of you guys think it's cool to have a podcast? Yes or no? So the minute the podcast is up, check this out, you can team up with a company called, who's heard of Spotify? So now you're present. We just teamed up with Spotify. There's an app called Anchor. Go to the App Store, set up your Anchor page. The minute your Anchor is up, the minute you're doing your podcast, it's just 2 podcasts a month. How many? 20-minute interviews. Interview experts twice a month. Pure content. No sales. From the podcast, you bring on the big names. When someone says to you, what's your first name? Sherry, how big is your global podcast on Anchor? How many listeners do you have? What do you say?
A lot.
I don't know, but it's global. Have you heard of Spotify? We teamed up with Spotify. It's all over the world. Oh, wow, that sounds great. I'd love to be on your podcast. Does that make sense, everybody? 2 podcasts a month, put the content inside your community. See, the minute you start creating good content, people start to realize you're the source. Once you're the source, there's an app called Haro. Write down H-A-R-O, Haro. That means help a reporter out. Get yourself listed on Haro by Wednesday. You got this other stuff done? Within 3 days, list yourself. It's easy to find. Just Google help a reporter out. You see, what I've just given you in 6 or 8 minutes is tools that'll get your message out to millions of people. How much you spend for all that so far? Like $20 maybe. A couple domain names. See, if you're not doing qualified lead gen, what are you doing? How many want to be on the news more? Press more interviews, more podcasts. I was in the LA Tribune yesterday afternoon. After we did an event at the TV, we recorded 2 TV shows. I spent an hour with the LA Tribune with 40 other top speakers in the world. All because of what? The right connections. But you got to get positioned first. How many guys can use help with all these things? Hands up high and say, that's me.
That's me.
Listen, we're going to have the class in Chicago next weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday is going to be our digital marketing class. Wednesday is our public speaker day. You can come in for all 6 days. We'll get your flight for the whole event. We just pick up your room for the first 2 nights. Does that make sense? If not, it's going to be Orlando in September. It'll be in Vegas in December. It'll be again in Dallas again next March. I'm sorry, in Orlando. We're going to do Orlando again next March. And then Dallas will be September. We reversed it next year because last September in Orlando we got hit by a hurricane during the class. Is that crazy, yes or no? Nobody left. We all rocked. It was definitely a rainmaker. It was more like a tornado maker, but it was pretty crazy. But in any case, the idea hurricane maker. But you've got to be prepared for all this stuff. So once you got this done, write this down. Next thing is build a great business plan. We will give you a 20-page SBA plan, part of the course. Don't want to do the work? Don't come. You want a light course? This is not it. I'd rather you stay home, save your money. But man, if you're serious about building a business, you want to be there. Once you get the SBA plan, we have a new one that's called a 2-page SBA plan. We are going to release for the first time ever this new 2-page SBA plan. The minute that's done, you start applying for grants. We'll give you over 60 places to apply for grants. These are the grants you want. Write this down, under 100 grand. Skip the big grants. Go for the small grants. Clark County last year had $60 million in grants for local business, or if you plan to do business there. My friend had one company, 17 grants around it, 17 LLCs around it. He got $170,000 in grant money. How much of that does he have to pay back? How many guys have applied for more than 10 grants in the last year? How many guys think you should start applying for grants today, yes or no? Wouldn't you like to know exactly where to apply? Wouldn't that make sense? Come learn in one weekend. Don't discount the power of grant money. Here's what's important. $500 billion a year never gets used.
Sure.
How many guys think some of that money should be yours, yes or no? Hell yeah.
That's other people's money.
The money's sitting right there and people don't even apply for it.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about the next quadrant, right? It's called the empowered quadrant. This is critically important. When we talk about the empowered quadrant, there's 2 parts, teams and systems. I'm going to go a little faster this because I want to finish on time. We're going to have a luncheon right after this, but I want to go through this quickly with you guys, but at the same time, make sure you don't miss it. These are the teams that are required. Outsourcing. We'll teach you guys how to use Philippine-based outsourcing teams, $5 to $7 an hour. They only do 3 things: research, social media, and emails. That's it. They work 10 hours a week for you. How many guys can afford $70 a week to have someone work on the stuff you hate doing anyway, yes or no? See, it's not the time you spent doing the wrong thing, it's the time you didn't spend doing the right thing. Does that make sense? This is what kills so many entrepreneurs. The next group you got to have, and this is just as important, is called a board of advisors. We'll teach you guys how to build a free board of advisors, 3-person team. They're available in every state in the country, and yet most people never use them. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Once you got that part down, you're on the right track with some of this stuff. You got to learn to be a part of mastermind groups. You say, what is a mastermind? Think of like a think tank, a brainstorming group. And it starts with your phone. Everyone can launch their own virtual mastermind. All you get is look for 4 really smart people on your phone. Find 4 really smart people you look up to. We're going to do a monthly mastermind. Would you like to join us? Hey, Cheryl, can you help her get checked in? Does that make sense, everybody? We're going to be on a phone call to Zoom once a month. You're going to talk for 10 minutes each. And it's nothing more than big goal, big challenge, what help do you need? The most successful CEOs in the world, they're willing to ask for help. Please be humble enough that if you're not doing $1 billion or more a year, if you're doing over $1 billion a year, you've probably you know what you're doing. Under $1 billion a year, check your ego. Let's all be coachable. Does that make sense? I never stop taking courses. I'm always finding things I can go learn from, especially the things I don't know or things that are futuristic. Don't be afraid to be an avid learner, but also be an avid executioner. Does that make sense? The other 2 masterminds, when you start to make more money, join masterminds. Whatever you spend for college for a year, invest in your masterminds. Whatever you spend for college for a year, for the rest of your life, invest in good masterminds. I know it sounds crazy, right? You make more money, run a mastermind. We have breakfast clubs in multiple cities. Run breakfast clubs, run power lunches. Do something you can give back to the people. It's so rewarding to give back. The 4th group is called influencers. Guys, you gotta have good partners. Please invest in those relationships. We teach everyone how to connect with anyone, anytime, anywhere. If you go online today, go to YouTube, type in Bill Walsh and Michael Jordan. You'll see our video together. I didn't know Michael an hour before the video. Does that make sense? But an hour after the video was giving my kids tips on playing basketball. Is that crazy? Yes or no? But to get to the right people, you got to put yourself in the right rooms. Success North Dallas runs great events. Jeff Curley has a great studio, great events, great people. Matt Dawson's probably one of the most connected guys here in town. Find out what they've got going on and show up and support them. Does that make sense? See, the more you start to learn about being around the right people, you're going to find the right people are always around the right people. Here's an old saying, you guys can just write this down too. If you hang out with 4 broke people, you'll be the 5th. Yes or no? It's just the way that it goes. So put yourself in charitable contribution rooms. Put yourself in social impact rooms. There's a lady here in town, she's always in there, write her name down, it's called Nancy Lieberman. I go to her events every year. I sponsor tables every year. I'm the first one there. I'm the last one to leave. Because she does good work. But she also has always the right people. Does that make sense? I received the Leadership Award, the Patrick Mahomes and Lee Steinberg Leadership Award, just this last Super Bowl in where was that? In Arizona somewhere, where we were at. And sure enough, the group that was there was Nancy Lieberman and all these other incredible high-profile people. So put yourself in the right room on a regular basis. You might be uncomfortable. It's the best room to be in where you feel the most uncomfortable, because that's where all the growth comes in. So social impact events once a month. In addition to all that stuff, this is super critical, guys, that when it comes to really understanding your teams, build a good core team. Attract a good core team. You don't find a core team, you attract a team. Build what's called a Gantt chart. Create a Gantt chart today of the future. What does 2 to 5 years look like based on customer growth? As our customers grow, who's required on the team? People do it the other way around. They invest all the team but have no customers. Does that make sense? Start getting the customers. Be frugal. Outsource everything when you start. First 2 important hires you want to have, write it down. A lawyer and an accountant. You got to have both. Get the business structure right, get it protected properly. Now the flip side of the coin is called systems. These are systems you have to have. Number 1 is called a good loyalty program. Create a way to thank your existing clients. Our partners, Wyndham Hotels. We let you guys leverage our partnership. You can give away those little free weekends at Wyndham for being a good customer. They pay like $10 to go stay for 3 days and 2 nights. You pay $10 a month, give away as many as you want. Is that pretty cool, yes or no? It's a perk, it's a loyalty issue. People love to be appreciated. Number 2, a good referral program. On your website, have a referral button. We love referrals. If you can't pay referrals, then just give a nice thank you card. You're all being used every day to give out referrals, right? Who here has been to a good movie lately? Anybody? What did you see?
We saw the new
See, you get put on the spot.
Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. Who else? The rest of you guys need to get out some more. Would that be okay? What did you see? Did you tell people about it?
Yes.
Okay, has Sony ever sent you a check? Disney ever sent you a check? Spielberg ever sent you a check? No, but they make sure that you talk about the movie. And if you tell your friends, they're going to go. If you serve your clients well, people are going to tell their friends about your service. Make it easy, referral button. T-Mobile, there's a software called Constant Contact. You can do all your email distribution. It also has a built-in referral system inside the email campaign system. Why wouldn't you leverage it? It does all your social media posting for you guys. These are little things, but they're what? But they're big things. In addition to that, number 3, and this is important, guys, you got to have a good sales process. Your website has to show up on number 1, at least on the first page of Google. We'll teach you guys SEO Google tricks you've never seen before. Your website has to be 3 clicks to buy. Your website has to take credit cards. Amazon's the best, 1-click shopping. I'm not expecting 1-click shopping, but 3 clicks to buy. If it's more than 3 clicks, they're gone. No pop-ups on your mobile pages. Get rid of pop-ups on mobile. I don't care about your desktop, but no mobile. In addition to that, please, and this is so important, guys, put a newsletter on your website. Put success stories on your website and update them. Put a link to your media, anytime you're in the news, any press releases. Do a press release once a month about your business. We'll teach you guys how to do press releases. Now you can have ChatGPT write the press release for you. We'll give you service to do free press releases. Would that be helpful, yes or no? You're paying PR Newswire $8.50 a press release. Why not do something for free? See, if you're not doing this stuff, you're shooting yourself in the foot over and over. Once again, how many guys could use help with all these things so far? Yes or no? Guys, we're just warming up. When we talk about marketing strategy, this is a big part of business. Marketing always comes before sales. So in marketing, don't miss this. And in your sales, always have that crazy offer. Create something that's your outrageous offer. There are certain clients that will work with you. They only want to buy your outrageous offer. You're in the PR media business. Are you in PR business? You just do PR. But if you own a PR media company, always have that $100,000 offer. Come up with something so crazy. Because some clients will say, I just want the best one. That's why they buy Bugattis, right? I mean, a Porsche will get you there just as fast as a Bugatti, yes or no? But if you go to buy a Bugatti, you gotta send them $2 million in advance. They don't finance Bugattis. There's no fun, you gotta write your check and send it in advance, right? But the idea is the same thing here, is begin to realize that everything's marketing. Let me give you an example. Who's ever seen great products that nobody buys? Who's ever seen shitty products everyone buys? What's the difference? Marketing. I mean, come on. How many guys could have came up with the idea called the pet rock? You know that guy was lit, right? He had to be. Someone's gonna buy this shit, let's try to sell it, and they did. How about 30 years ago, this lady came out with a piece of metal. It was called Thigh Master. What was her name? You know her name?
Suzanne Summers.
It hasn't been on TV in 30 years. How do you still know Suzanne Summers? Good what? Good marketing. They sold a piece of metal for $99, 3 easy payments of $33.99 that cost them $3 to make. The rest was all what? If you bought Thigh Master, who are you going to look like? Just like Suzanne. I mean, today it's the same thing they do with Peloton, right? You bought a $100 bike for $2,000 and you paid $50 a month for something that now has become a what? A hanger. Crazy, right? So understand that marketing your business is big. So let me give you a few tips on some free marketing. If you're on LinkedIn, use Linked Helper. 100 connections a day on Linked Helper. It's not the same as LinkedIn. It's a software that works with LinkedIn. 100 connections a day that meet your criteria for you to work with. If you guys are going to use Instagram, use Reels. Use what? It's not going to slow down, you guys. IG is not going to slow down. It's only getting faster. If you guys are on IG, just follow me and I'll follow you back. It's Bill Walsh 360. At Bill Walsh 360. You'll see I only post once or twice a month, but I do Reels every other day. But if I post, I'm getting 10 to 20,000 likes. So understand, it's not always about posts, it's about content and short videos. There's an app out there called Captions. Learn to make these little 1-minute videos. They'll spike your social media like you've never seen before. Create a short video, go to Captions, upload it, puts all the emojis in there, and it's all free. How much is it? Free. But it increases your engagement 6 times. Captions.
What was that LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is Linked Helper. Linked Helper is a tool. If you guys use Facebook, there's an app called Creator. It's only for those that have blue check mark. It's only for business pages. But it gets your video out to more than 80% of your network versus 2% today. In addition, guys, if you guys use Facebook, learn to use something called polyagonal marketing. Write down polyagonal marketing. If you're buying any Facebook ads, never buy Boost This Post. We will teach you guys how to run Facebook ads in class. You'll all run your first ads. You'll understand what works and what doesn't work. How to get free impressions every day. How do you get free impressions on your brand every day? We sponsor NASCAR cars, right? We got one coming up in Chicago. It's $91,000 a week. How much? $91,000 a week. But their guarantee is 20 million impressions in one day. Is that pretty good, yes or no? Doesn't take that many impressions to get some new business. But if you guys could get free impressions, who would like some free impressions? On Facebook every day. We're going to teach you guys how to run Facebook ads in the class to something around polyagonal marketing, which means marketing to your perfect customer. Stop marketing to broke people. Stop marketing to non-buyers. You're wasting your dollars. And when you guys post on social media, please stop putting links in your posts. No more links. No more hashtags. You're like, what? You wait 30 minutes until you have at least 50 comments or likes. Then you add your links and you add your hashtags. If you put links in the post or hashtags in the post, Facebook thinks you're trying to sell something, which a lot of times people are, yes or no? But the minute it goes viral with 50 comments or likes, it can't slow it down. Then you come back with the links on it. That's a free tip on social media. Works on Instagram too. You edit, no, you edit it later. Not a comment, you edit right in the main post. But you wait till there's 50 comments or likes. Otherwise, do the same exact post, just try it. Do one post on Instagram, one post on Facebook. One has all the links, one has nothing. And you watch how the difference in viral growth happens. If you put links on there, they shut down your post because they know you're trying to what? Sell something. If there's no links, the button never comes up called Boost This Post. If there's links in your post, it comes right up Boost This Post. It's the worst buy ever online is Boost This Post. What you want to learn to use, how many of you guys currently use InShot? Wow, what are you guys doing? Write this app down, InShot. It's $15 a year. You upload your video to InShot, push one button, it goes to all your social channels. Now don't make the videos without captions in them. Make the videos where they're what? Where they're engaging. Make them raw with your phone. They don't gotta be all these professional videos. Make them crazy fun. You can be in a great studio and shoot a fun video. Does that make sense? It'll get way more play than you trying to give this long dissertation about stuff, right? 1 minute goes to what? Goes to an opt-in box. Is that clear? In marketing also, please invest in good collateral. See these folders right here? For a company called Vistaprint. 50 cents a piece. You're trying to talk about your $1 million investments and you're passing out black and white copies. People don't believe it, yes or no? Vistaprint, 50 cents. I also like this, you guys. Get yourself featured in what? In magazines. Yes or no?
Yes.
If you can get yourself featured in magazines, I'm telling you right now, it's a game changer. Look, I'm on too many clickers. You're going to find that these little tools, right, that people use, and I can tell you this, that if you're not using some of this stuff, this company's called M13 Graphics. What's it called? M13. About $1 a piece. We'll teach you guys how to get profiled in major magazines. And then, of course, this is the most important, guys. Write this down. Always ask for the reprint rights. I don't care what you guys print in periodicals. I was in the LA Tribune. I was in New York Times last week. New York Weekly, one of those front cover. I just asked for the reprint rights. There's like no problem, you have reprint rights without paying for it. Otherwise, you're going to pay a fortune for reprint rights. How many guys prefer to put the money in the marketing, yes or no? When do you think it'd be a good time to learn some of this stuff? Today. I'm going to show you something also new that I want to pass this out. Could you guys pass out those Rainmaker booklets? This enhanced our sales dramatically. At one conference, more than $300,000 in sales because of simply going from a flyer to a booklet. So I'm going to pass out these booklets for you guys. Same things, less than $1 for these booklets, right? These are things you guys all can use. Oh, there's my IG. In case you guys don't, if you want to take a picture of that, we can follow on IG. But pass out these brochures really quick, guys. You're going to see these brochures made such a difference from going from one-page ads or one-page flyers to actually magazine style, right? Brochure style. How many guys think it's worth investing $1 into your customers, yes or no? So you can create these things, right, for not that much money. They are printed by a company, write this down, called Next Day Flyers. So Next Day Flyers have them shipped to you in 4 to 5 days. That book that you have there explains everything about our Rainmaker program. It gives you all the dates. We publish our dates almost 2 years out. As a part of Rainmaker, you get to come for 1 full year. You get to come to the Rainmaker, you get to come to the digital marketing class called UWC, and you get to go to our public speaker training. It's all included for you plus 4 people. Does that make sense? And your kids can come for free. Now, these are not your kids that are 35, is that clear? These are your kids 12 to 21. If they're 35, they can buy their own ticket, right? But we start to realize that if you use things like this, it increases your sales. It just makes you that much better. So it's critical that we're going to teach you guys, you bring all your marketing stuff to class. Let us analyze all your marketing stuff. You tell me what's working, what's not working. Then we'll teach you how to get it done for next to nothing. Does that make sense, everybody? But please understand, marketing will always increase sales if it's done right. Otherwise, you got to work harder at sales. So we figured all this stuff out. We went through this whole process. We began to realize the last phase of really empowered is mobile. I want you to write down AMF. AMF is automated mobile funnels. This is the future of marketing, you guys. You can see you've heard it here. You're already seeing it online, you just don't know it, right? You're seeing it on TV every day. Text this, text that, text this. Here's why. There's a platform called Mobex Pro, M-O-B-E-X Pro. MobexPro.com for $100 a month runs your entire back-end mobile funnel. We've teamed up with this company called Zoom. You get a 500-person Zoom account, but you also get your full automated funnel. So they text one word. They text media to a number. It puts them into your social media funnels, puts them into your videos, puts them into your sales page, puts them onto your sales presentation, puts them onto something called, write it down, moderated Zooms. If you don't run moderated Zooms yet, you're missing out. Moderated Zooms are automated sales cycles that run 3-4 days a week that tell your whole story and sign up your clients. And you're at the beach, would that be okay, yes or no? But the first thing is the automated funnel that gets them into that. And then, of course, it even sets them up for Google reviews. So if you've served them, go back and then do that. It can send them birthday notices. It can send them holiday notices. You build it one time, it runs for all your clients based on that simple opt-in. And that's why Burke marketing is so good. Do not think this is going to slow down. Because the next thing is called exposure. We all need exposure, yes or no? We figured this out that public speaking is one of the greatest skill sets ever for entrepreneurs. I would challenge you to speak to groups every week. I would challenge you to want to speak at least once a week, either live or digital. I don't care if it's live or on your Facebook Live, or all these different tools that are out there. Get your 5-minute message down to a science. Get your 2-minute message down to a science. And we're going to help you with this stuff. So if you're on media, you know exactly what to say. Jeff will tell you, he's like, Bill, I don't understand how you do this stuff. I said, because I speak about what I live every day. Does that make sense? See, if you were on ABC tonight, and you had a chance to speak about your business, what would you say? Most people say the wrong stuff. And I can tell you that I've watched it happen over and over and over. Because they miss something. They miss something called a CTA. Write down CTA. They do a great job talking about their name and what they do. Forget the call to action. No call to action, your presentation was a waste of time. So I'm going to tell you the groups you want to learn to speak at. Write it down. Vistage, all millionaires. You want to speak to millionaires in this town? Vistage. If you want to speak to more entrepreneurs, BNIs, Rotaries, Chambers, civic groups, networking groups. In Dallas, Success North Dallas. Anytime they've got an event, you need to be there. You can join their group for the year. I think it's under $500, right?
It's like $395.
Yeah, for the whole year. Oh, but it's at 7 o'clock in the morning. Don't be lazy with your business. Put yourself in the right rooms. That's one of the best rooms ever in this city. Across the country. You can get there, find groups like that. But the thing is, be ready for the room. Does that make sense? But I also like these rooms. Write down this website called Eventbrite. You want to speak every week? Go to Eventbrite. We'll teach you guys how to get booked to speak every week for 5 minutes or less. You'll generate more leads from the front of the room than you'll ever do what's called networking. See, I believe walking around rooms called networking. Learn to network from where? From the front of the room. Learn to network from the front of the room. Learn to give away your book. Learn to give away fun stuff, right? I'll give you an example. How many here today have ever seen a movie called The Secret? I wrote a best-selling book called The Obvious. I I actually have one copy, I think it's the DVD. Who would like a copy of the DVD of the book, The Obvious? Who would like one? I only have one. Who would like it? You're the first one, stand up, there you go. Give that a round of applause, yes? Give it up. It's called What? She got off her assets, yes or no?
Yes.
Now, who else would like a copy of the book? Now, who'd like a digital copy? Who'd like our newsletter free for the whole year? And who'd like to win a $1,000 ticket to our summer party? Would that be okay, yes or no? So do me a favor, take out your phones. Let's see how fast you guys are. Let's see just how fast you are.